Hey everybody, welcome back to BUBBA'S Comedy. Today's guest is one of my new friends. I met her out in the Oklahoma comedy scene, and she is hilarious. Her and her other little friends that we're going to get to today. But her name is Marquita Seifried.
Yes.
Say hello to everybody.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
There we go. When did you start stand-up? Let's first start with that hard question.
Okay, stand up without my friends was about a year ago. I had never done stand-up before, and I wanted to, so I combined it in a show where I did some stand-up and then used my puppets. I'm a ventriloquist. And spoiler alert, but I originally began performing in front of audiences when I was about 13, 14. So I got a mail order course through the mail from Mayer Studios in the 70s and learned how to be a ventriloquist with this mail order course.
So
I was a child. I was a child ventriloquist. And by the time I was a teenager, then I was performing for groups and talent shows and a bunch of stuff like that. So
Did that gift ever get you in trouble?
yeah. Yes, it did.
Tell me about that.
Well, I was in high school and I was wanting to test my voice throwing abilities. Spoiler alert again.
We're just full of them and we're only 2 minutes in this episode.
I know, right? But we as humans, our hearing sucks. And so we're easily fooled. You can easily fool someone that sound is coming from here or there because we don't have good hearing. Like if I'm performing and there's a dog or something in the room, that dog is always going to look me at the face. I also have a niece who has very
sensitive hearing.
Her hearing is so strong that the slightest little sounds like talking, if you were to shout as a baby, she would cry. And I went over, her dad had bought this little giraffe puppet and she said, "Here, make this talk for her." And so I did, and his little girl just looked me straight in the eyes the whole time. And I looked at him and I said, "I want you to know, well, you suspect she has very sensitive hearing. I'm telling you she does, because she's not taking her eyes off of me. She can hear that sound is coming from me." So I, as a high schooler, was curious to your story to see if that was really true, because I'm kind of a cynical person. I don't believe it just if you tell me. I mean, I've got to try it out. So we're in English class, and Miss Cox, bless her heart, was reading Great Expectations. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking around the room, and Mickey, we're in Oklahoma. It's Mickey Joe. Mickey Joe is 2 rows over. And I decide I'm just looking down at my book like I'm following along with the teacher the whole time. And I start hollering Mickey's name. And pretty soon, Mrs. Cox yells out, "James Allen, you better hush that up right now. I'm going to send you to the office." And I was like, whoa, that was pretty cool because Mickey's over there. James Allen, of course, is up on the front row next to the teacher because he's in trouble a lot. And so, yeah, you know where that seat is.
It's
you win
usually
that.
outside.
Yeah, well, I never trusted them outside out of my purview. I wanted them to be in my purview. So anyway, I thought, man, that was cool. I'm going to try that again. And this time I got my finger on the book and I am doing this and I am hollering at Mickey Joe over there. And about that time, Miss Cox booms, "James, you get the office right now. And of course he's like, because he was asleep. Like he always was at the front. He didn't know. So she's yelling at him and he's clueless. Well, I didn't do anything, but I'll go to the office anyway. And so he huffs out of the room and he goes in. And then the whole time I'm like, oh my God, I just got him sent to the office. I hope he doesn't get busted. And so we, class ends. I go out in the hall and I find James Allen. I said, James Allen, did you get in trouble? He goes, yeah, I got busted. I said, you got busted? Oh, James Allen, I'm really sorry. That was my fault. That was me. I was doing it and I am so sorry. He goes, yes, okay. He started laughing. He goes, I get busted every day. It's all right. Ain't no big deal.
Now tell everybody what you retire from, though.
Yeah, I retired as a school teacher. Hi.
Sometimes this comedy shit just writes itself, folks. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, I started in kindergarten and I taught 6th grade, and then from 6th grade I went to another school and I taught business and investing ages 8th grade to 12th. So that's what I did. So yes, paybacks, they come around.
What was your favorite age group to teach?
Well, kindergarten's exhausting, but they love you. And nothing would make me mad to hear people debate about kindergarten teachers. Like, well, kindergarten teachers shouldn't be paid as much. No. They should be paid twice as much as your high school science and math teachers. You put any high school math or science teacher in a kindergarten classroom, I'm telling you, they're going to be crying at the end of the day, going, I can't do this. I don't know how you do. Because
you give them the whole day? You give them the whole day? I give them like 2 hours.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that first day when you've had your summer and you've got your classroom all prepared, and that first day those kids come in and you are having to change activities every 10 to 15 minutes. I mean, it's 11 o'clock. You're looking at the clock and you're going, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. I am ready to go home. So your pre-K kindergarten teachers are the hardest working teachers in the building. And I'll go to my grave saying that. And when I taught 6th grade the first day, same building, and it's a real small school, it's in Taloga. So there's only one teacher per grade, and it's a K through 12 building. We still have school there. There's under 100 students pre-K through 12. So anyway, I knew all of the teachers in all of the grades, and we all ate lunch at the same time. And the first day I moved to 6th grade, I came back out of my classroom at the end of the day and I looked at those teachers and I said, I knew I was working harder than you all. I mean, when those kids, I said, open your book and read this chapter, like read this first 2 paragraphs. And they all got quiet and they're all reading it. I'm like, holy crap. I almost laughed out loud. I'm like, oh, this is great. Whoa. Yeah, it was awesome. At the end of the first week, the 6th grade teacher said, if you don't wipe that damn smile off your face, I'm going to slap it off for you. And I'm just like, I can't help it. I can't believe this. I just can't believe this. Like, I'm still getting paid. Yeah.
I have a few friends that are teachers back in California, and their classrooms are like they're 50, 30, 40 kids to a class.
Well, as far as the public is concerned, if you're not fighting for small classroom size, you're hurting your children. You cannot expect a teacher to individualize the education for those students, to find the low group and give them extra reading instruction and do all those things in a classroom of 40. I mean, I had 28 kindergartners at one time, and I'm telling you, it was a lot. Some kids count as 5. So, you know,
That's me. That I was
you might
never
have been a 10-pack. I don't know. I don't know if you noticed this also, but when a weather change, when a weather change is coming in, it's even worse. You could tell at school by how many kids were in trouble that there was a weather pattern coming in. Our weather was changing. And I actually worked with a teacher who had worked at a group home. And she said you could tell when a weather system was coming in that they had so many acting out. And it's interesting.
It's like a full moon at the hospital.
Right. Full moons and when the jet stream's coming through.
You taught special ed, didn't you? Did you say that?
I did. My senior year. There's something I can tell you that the difference in school teaching now and when we were in school, my parents said, if you get in trouble at school, when you get home, you're getting busted.
Again.
And you're going to get harder than whatever you got. And now it's not like that. If a student misrepresents what happens, then the parents, they come in already mad and assume that they know the situation and they're mad at you. And they don't give you a benefit of the doubt anymore. And every lesson you teach now is political, and knowledge is not political. It should not be political. Knowledge is knowledge. We can keep a democracy with an educated voting public. And
history and facts don't give a fuck what your opinion is.
No, they do
Straight
not.
Out, it doesn't.
I was reading something on you, and I noticed that you are a history buff, or you have history. So I have an endorsement in history. So history is really important to me. So I taught high school computer, but in my lessons, I always brought history figures in and tried to integrate history into all of those things and finance. You know, I told them, I had one kid, I said, look, you can't read. You need to come in at noon and you need to let me work with you so that we can improve your reading. And he goes, you're not a reading teacher. I go, I'm a teacher, and every teacher should be a reading teacher. We aren't all, but you should be. But because I had come in from the elementary side, you know, I wanted help. So that circles back to your you asking that I taught special ed that last year, and I did, because it was the year I retired from teaching in the classroom, but the year before I had taught some kids that were in special ed class, and they were bullying that teacher. They got her to retire, and okay, this is, maybe I should tell this, maybe I shouldn't. I don't know, but I'm going to go for it. That year, the first week of school, and the first day, they acted like we'd been in school all year and it was the end of the school year. I mean, usually on the first day, kids are kind of low key, you know, they follow your directions and stuff. Oh, they were having a ball. And I got home after day 3, and I had these kids 2 hours in a row. They took personal finance, and then they took computer 1 hour. And so I had them for 2 hours. And I went home, I told my husband, I said, I don't need anything from you. I just need you to stand there, because I am going to say every foul word I know for the next 5 minutes. Just don't interrupt me, and just let me go. And I'm going to make up some words, new words of my own. And I did. I just went on a cussing tirade. For me, cussing is a stress relief. And so a 5-minute cussing tirade, it just makes me feel better. And, so I did that. And then I thought, after that year, I thought, you guys cannot read. You are bullying your teacher. I know how to teach you to be better readers. And I did not have my certification for teaching early childhood, but I have that also, but for teaching special ed. So I studied for the test and I passed the test that summer and then changed. I had a beautiful big old computer classroom and I went into a little bitty room with wooden floors, which were rotting and the floor would sway. I had some heavier students. I said, don't stand in that corner. And for God's sake, don't jump or the walls are coming down. We actually built a new school. I mean, it was that bad. And anyway, I told him, I said, nobody takes a test the last year. They know they're going to retire to come in and teach a group of kids that last year. And I'm telling you, I'm leaving after this year, but I came in here because I care. You all are smarter than you think you are. You are more capable than you think you are. And you are so used to just making excuses for yourself that we're done. You're not making excuses. I have a student I have a child with a learning disability. That doesn't mean you have no effort. It means you have to work twice as hard as everybody else. And then we make allowances or we change the way we do it. But for them, and by the end of the year, I'm like, are you kidding? You guys can read on a 6th grade level. Okay. Most newspapers in the country are written at a 6th grade level. There is no reason for you to be in this classroom, and you need to get your butts back into every class you can get your butt back into. And they believed me and they tried. And that's the other thing. Kids have to believe that you care about them. I showed them I cared. And before it was over, I had a junior said, please stay one more year. I need a good teacher, just one more year. And I said, I appreciate that, but I told you I was leaving at the beginning of the year, but I'm going to help them find another good teacher to come in and take my place. And they did. She was a real short little retired Air Force teacher. And she came in and all the things that I had set up, they followed through. Those kids went back into more of their regular classrooms and it was good. And they were better readers and when they went back. So, it was something I was passionate about, but then the political environment that we're in right now is one that pushed me to leave as soon as I could, because I was in a class, I taught a junior high classroom, and I showed the UN video of Malala. It was Malala Day, and she was giving that address, and I played it in that classroom. And it upset some of those kids. And it was huge. It was huge because their grandparents were very anti-United Nations because of fake news and things. And I just thought, I can't teach. If I can't teach the truth, and when I show you the truth and you don't believe it, and I'm wasting my time. I can do so many other things. And so I quit because I'm not going to teach under those conditions, I guess.
That's my problem with society now, is that we've lost those soft skills, and we're not, there's nothing that will teach us in school to get those back.
Well, and it's like, they're not willing to people aren't willing to volunteer their time, and not willing, if they don't want to do something, they don't. Let's just say, again, I'm going to go back to the small school analogy because that's what I know and that's where I always taught. And the teachers there run the concession stand. They keep gate. Most times you don't get paid for that. That's just part of your job. You got to show up and you got to take gate money and you got to do that. You got to run the concession stand. Oh yeah. And we're going to have the freshmen are going to run the concession stand because the money that they raise from that is going to pay for their prom. they can pay for the prom that they have to put on. As well, you got this new group of moms and dads, and you got this new group of kids. The moms and dads aren't volunteering for the community organizations that do the Easter egg hunt and do all of those things. When my kids were little, I was a community homemaker. I went out and froze my butt off and put those eggs out so my kids could have Easter egg hunts. Okay, so now fast forward, you've got these people as parents now, and you've got their kids in school, and they're like, I'm not doing concession stand. I don't want to do that. No, it's not. It's not. We're not asking you. We're telling you. You've got to do concession. They won't show up. A majority of them would not. We actually had to move down to the 7th and 8th graders who didn't have cars and weren't mobile, and that's the only way they can be social. And so they're willing to come and pass out some hot dogs and some chips because it's like, woo, 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 we're out of the house, and mom, dad. So, so then we're coming to the holiday, and they're like, well, who's going to do an egg hunt? Well, I don't know. I'm doing an egg hunt. I already done that. My kids are grown up. I'm not doing it. I did it when my kids are little. It looks like you're going to be getting your butt out there if you want one. And that's what I told them. They go, well, who's doing the Halloween carnival? Well, I don't know. Yeah, I get it's your turn. It's your turn to volunteer for that. So I guess if you want your kids to have that, I guess you're going to be doing it. But they came through not wanting to do the concession stand, not wanting to do that. And then in the community, they wanted their kids to enjoy all the things that they did, but there was no one there to do it. And so it is a pervasive, I don't want to volunteer. I don't want to give up my time. There's a selfishness that we are lacking, and we need to address. We need to take care of the elderly. There are valuable things that we are blowing off that can't be blown off.
Because
we can disagree about something, and that doesn't mean I can disagree with you and not be mad at you. And that's what's lost. We've got to be better at talking to people that we don't agree with and be able to say, well, this is what I think and this is why I think it. And we just have to agree to disagree, and we can still be friends, but we may not agree on it. But some people, that just makes them so uncomfortable if somebody disagrees with them. And that's the cancel culture I don't get on universities. No, you have to let the people come in so you don't agree with what they have to say. No one will fill the room to hear them. But you don't say you can't come on campus and talk. That's not right. People fought for everybody to be able to say what they want to say. And I would have conversations in my classrooms, and boy, they would just argue with me. And finally, one of them said, they said, well, it says right there in the Pledge of Allegiance, under God. And I said, do you know when that was added? That was added in the 50s. No, it's always been in there. I said, no, it hasn't. Research it. And you see that because there was a group that didn't want to educate little brown children or poor children. And that is when that got put in there, because everybody.
It's not.
I think we have to call it what it really is. And it's just a group of people who are very rich, who don't have enough voters for the ideas that they want to promote. And so they get these divisive issues. And I am a mom, very proud mom of a trans daughter. And I am just really get sick and tired of them using that as a thing to foment.
There was a mayor of a small town, and he was trans, and he was making the switch. He was a mayor, a father of 3, and he killed himself yesterday because he was outed. He was outed by a newspaper
in our state, or
not in our state, in another state, like Oh man, because that's what I'm talking about, is the fact that we just can't be we can't disagree without just disavowing the whole person completely. We
Exactly.
was a 62-year-old man. A mayor shoots himself in the head after being exposed as a TTW, thick transgender woman. He was in Alabama, and the
Oh,
police
that
police
is
police officer
insane.
pulled in behind him because the newspaper leaked it. Or the newspaper came out with it, and he found. And once the cop pulled in behind him for a welfare check, that's when he shot himself.
That's
Like,
that breaks my heart.
remember when we just let people the fuck alone?
Yeah. Well, and why is trampling on my rights giving you freedom?
When could you get your own bank account, your own checking account without a cosigner?
Yeah, right. Like, okay, example of my mother. My mother, I am the oldest of 5. I was the only planned child that they had. She had every one of them on a different birth control method. And the last one was a vasectomy that did not hold. So, she,
That's some good
without
genes.
telling my dad, went to get her tubes tied. They, understandably, she had 5 kids. That was enough for them. She went and they're rolling her in, and they said, well, your husband hadn't signed this. And she said, well, he has 5 kids and you're going to do this anyway. But they almost did not let her do that because of that. And that just was so wrong because it was a long span that she had kids and she was tired and she had, she had some medical problems after the last one. And when you're done, and that isn't anybody else's business.
So tell me, as I'm gonna get back on track here. You being a ventriloquist, you are a threat to other comedians. But you are a threat because booking a show, a magician and a ventriloquist always go last. You are a headliner. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you're not. Clean comedy will get you paid faster than anything because you can always find a dirty comedian. You can always find somebody working blue.
And I've even said, I think it's harder to be a clean comedian than it is to be blue because, well, I do relieve stress by cussing. And so I don't
Do you cuss or does your friend cuss?
Oh, my friend usually cusses. My friend, yeah. But when I do stand up, I'm versatile. And I know a lot of people pick their lane, and I guess maybe I'm still trying to find my lane.
I've always wanted to be a ventriloquist. Can you bring out, lady?
I can.
Oh my goodness. Who is this?
What is this thing?
Well, hello, lady. Hello, lady.
Is that Bubba? It is. It's Bubba. Oh my God, Bubba, I have missed your ass so much. What are you doing?
Well, I'm interviewing your best friend there, and I'm trying to find out her references to be able to hold you as a friend. Where did you all meet?
Well, she's mail order. Yeah, she's
she is.
Oh man,
She looks.
Yeah, you were really expensive. You cost me like $600. What? $600? You got ripped off. Look at this body. Why would you pay that much for this body? Bubba's got a prime body there. I tell you what about Bubba. I like a man who can take on an all-you-can-eat buffet as a challenge.
Do you like that? Do you get the senior discount at that buffet? Is that why you like to go there?
Oh, yes, sir. But I know that's kind of a lot of the men like a buffet, so I like to go there.
Is that where you pick up your
men?
Is that
The
where you pick
real
up your
meat in
dates?
the room.
So what do you do for fun though? What's your I see you just probably woke up from a nap. Got some
Yeah,
Jeopardy Wheel of Fortune going on here.
yeah, little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah,
And how is that is that a southern accent? Or were you born in the southern Oklahoma or were you male from southern Oklahoma?
yeah. I'm from the South. I like some South cooking. You know, like me a cowboy once in a while.
You look like you take peanuts in your RC cola.
I do.
Do
That
you
is
like
some
that?
good stuff right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Tell you what, I went on a date the other day. And that gentleman told me I needed to get me some culture. Really? Yeah. So
well
I decided I'll start doing a little wine tasting. That's good. How's that going? Well, I've been to wine tasting, but I've been to tasting some beer too.
beer.
Beer and wine tasting, that doesn't sound like it goes together. Where exactly are you going to do your wine tasting? Oh, I'm going not a vineyard. Not at a vineyard. No, not at a vineyard. I go out behind the dumpster at 7-Eleven.
Other members.
I only drink tin coated malt liquor beer.
Do you still keep it in a bag? Is it do you have your public you still have to keep you still keep it in a bag?
Yes, sir, I do. And I like cheese with it.
I know you
Cheese?
can't drink that on Sunday. There's no liquor store open on Sunday. What do you do if you run out on Sundays?
Oh, that is some sad shit.
This is the only state. Could you talk to me about that, Letty? That you do not have liquor stores open on on the holy day out here.
Oh, I did not know that.
It's
Order me from. I ordered you from California. What do you want about that? I don't want you. You're making 200. I can do math. Thank you very much, Letty.
have you ever been to Vegas, Letty? Have you ever been to Vegas?
No, it looks fun.
I think you should go there before they put you in that pine box. I really do. I think that you should walk around the casinos and up and down the strip there. As soon as you fix those glasses and you can see where you're going. There you go. That's what is that better?
Yeah.
That better? Okay. Don't want that.
That seems like a good deal. You need a tip bucket. We can just perform on the corners. Yeah. I'll show a little leg.
They might show a little too. Do you I see you have a little bit of glaucoma. Do you inhale? Do you ever do that marijuana or do you gummies or do you anything like that? Oh yeah, look like you just woke up from a power nap.
Well, you know, now I do an occasional gummy here and there, 'cause I can sleep like a little baby.
Now, are you careful when you do it? Are you careful when you do it here and there? Because I would just do it there, not here.
Oh, I don't think I can tell. I
Okay.
think I need to keep that to myself.
Alrighty, I would.
Yeah, 'cause where are you keeping that stash at? I am not telling you.
I heard you had a roommate though. Did you have a bear that might like to get into your stash? Is that where you keep it separated?
Asshole. Yes.
Okay,
I was just. What, he would never wake up. He would hibernate the whole year around if that old big fat bear got my gummy stash. And I don't want to be in the suitcase with him anymore.
Farts?
Yeah. Well, he's a whiny ass.
So what's that? Does he not like the same soaps or same programs you like?
He doesn't get as much stage time as I got, and he's a stage hog. So he gets mad, and then Me and Harvey's have to listen to his big fat ass whine all the time. And you haven't heard whining until you hear a damn bear whine. 1, 3, 4, 7.
Sounds like it's just a bear of a time to be with him. All right, lady. Well, it's been a pleasure. It was nice meeting you.
Well, you too.
You look like you got that J-Lo going on. I'll tell you that right now. You got that J-Lo glow. Is that where that J-Lo working out for you?
That's a compliment, Bubba.
You welcome.
Thank you.
I'll see you later.
All right. Bye-bye, sweetheart.
Bye-bye, darling. There's 10,000 comedians. There are only a handful of really good ventriloquists.
Yeah.
You're in a whole other bracket. And do not ever go in the middle of a show ever again. You are the headliner. You will go last because you do not follow. It sucks for the audience riding a roller coaster like this, and then have you come out there and just peak, and then the next comedian come out and just take the show into no man's land. You know what I mean? Because they can't keep that elevation. They can't keep. No comedian can follow you.
Okay.
Not unless they're Dave Chappelle, or not unless they're somebody that, you know what I mean? Like, you're just a comedian that's been in the game forever.
Thanks. I appreciate that. And it has been very hard, like wanting to do the stand up just to see if I could do stand up. And I found myself in life in a situation to where I was not the person I was born to be. I had lost my funny.
Mm-hmm.
My kids did not see me as funny. And I made really radical life changes to go find my joy again and find my laugh and find my life that I was supposed to be. I am talented. I am an awesome person to be around. And my kids didn't know that. And so I had to make some really big changes to get back to my funny self. And I like writing. And sometimes the best way to write, you just got to put that puppet on your hand, and you've just got to start talking back and forth, trying some things out. And
Rifting is the best.
Because you don't know. It's like brainstorming. You don't know what little thing that's going to come out of that's going to be the thing.
My mom was always funny. My mom was funnier than my dad. My dad needed somebody to put down, or somebody, like, he had good stories. My dad is a wonderful storyteller, but it always had to be at somebody's benefit.
Expense.
Right. My mother would just come out of the blue with it, just be out of nowhere. And I'd be like, oh shit, that's hilarious. Like, that is funny. My mom's hilarious. I think that she taught me, like, who Gary Cooper, W.C. Fields, Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall, Spencer Tracy, Sidney Poitier. Like, she would teach me art and the old movie style of, like, okay, or the Mad World. There's a real classic. Like, she was like, okay, there's the joke. You see it? Do you see the pause? Do you see why you see the lineup? Like, she would break it down for me.
Oh, yeah.
She very, like, if you live in that pause moment, like, when you're a young comedian, you'll run through that pause. You'll because you're trying to get to that next joke. You're trying to hit that next laugh. But if you think about old TV shows where they had the live audience, let's take All in the Family, or let's take Honeymooners. They paused. They let that joke breathe a little bit. You know what I mean? And not a lot of people do that anymore, because
have to give them time to process what they just heard, because sometimes they don't get it. And I did a company picnic once at Tinker, and I had a real funny little joke, but it was a thinking joke. You had to think for a minute what they just said. And, like, I'm on to the second joke, and I hear everybody start busting because they had just got the previous one.
So you want to bring up Harry? So who's this? Is this Mr. Harry I keep hearing about?
Yeah. Who are you?
I'm Bubba. Who are you? Are you the one that? Are you the one in the gummies?
No, I'm not telling.
It sounds like you've had one or two gummies. I'm telling you right now.
Not telling. And I don't know where Letty's stash is either.
I have a clue. Probably underneath that bow tie there. I'm just gonna. Now, how long? Jim, how long have you been working? How long have you been partners with that pretty lady next to you? How long have you? Yeah, that one.
Oh, I met her in 1996 because she wanted to do some shows to earn some money to learn to invest. That's right. So she got me, and we went to some preschools, some elementary schools, and we made her some investing money. That's right, we did. Did good? Yeah, I did pretty good. I'm happy with it.
Any Bitcoin or any FTX or none of that stuff, huh? None of that. No. Yeah, I wouldn't either.
No.
Okay.
Because I'm really in tune to boiler room things, and I don't fall victim to a bunch of crap.
When Warren Buffett said that the crypto was BS, it was kind of enough for me. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have anybody that you can trust in Bitcoin, but we're going to give you all our money. Like,
exactly. And and I will like to remind everyone that Warren Buffett also said back when we were talking about derivatives that they were weapons of mass destruction, and he was right. So
the guy didn't become one of the richest dudes in American, world history and doesn't know anything, I'm sorry. Hello. So I heard that you like to do the fast talking, speech walking.
Oh, I like to give gifts.
What is it? What do you guys think for me?
Not a gift. Can I give you a gift? When's your birthday?
May 20th.
Oh. Can I give him a birthday present? I don't know. What are you going to give him? I'm going to give him a tongue twister. I'm going to do Buddy Daughter. No. I don't want to do that. No, come on. I don't listen to her, though. So let me tell you, I'm gonna go slow.
The first time?
Buddy Daughter, she said this butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it would make my batter bitter. So she thought a bit of butter, better than her bitter butter. And she put it in her batter, and it made her batter better. So too was a better buddy daughter, better. Yeah. Hope you like that.
I did.
That was nice. Yeah.
Thank you, Harry.
I'm going to do it real fast now. Oh, my gosh. I really don't want to do that. Well, we're going to, so buckle up, Buttercup. Here we go. I love this microphone. That's cool. I'm going to use that, okay?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Right. Buddy, butter, nuts and butter, but you saw the sputter's better. If I put it in my batter, it'll make my batter better. That'll make my batter better. So she got a bit of butter, better, and she put it in her batter, and it made her batter better. Oh, I sure do appreciate you letting me get out of that trunk and give you a birthday present, even if it is early. But if you talk to me again, I'll give you that gift any day.
Any day. Even twice on Sunday? Today is Sunday.
Oh, yeah, especially on Sunday.
Okay.
After a couple of gummies on Saturday, I am up to it, buddy.
I thought you might have had a rough night after Bedlam yesterday, so I didn't know you were gonna bust out with that today.
I don't watch football.
Oh,
No, I don't watch football.
what do you like?
They
Soccer?
want me to be a linebacker, and I am a pussy.
Oh, okay. How about? So are you not a bear? So you're not a Bears fan?
They want to put this well-built, honking stuff of the body in the backfield, and I ain't about it.
You know,
I don't want it.
Oh,
man.
Thank you both for being on. I appreciate it. I really do.
It's
Guys,
been.
You're good enough to be a headline. I'm telling you right now. I've been in this game long enough to know if you're gonna make me laugh, you can make a lot of people laugh, because I don't laugh at just everything. I don't.
Yeah.
Because of what my mom has done to me and broke down comedy to me. So to make that just make me laugh is just, thank you very much. Like,
oh, well, thank you. Well, thanks for giving me a chance. Like I said, I mean,
you're good at it.
Thanks.
Just straight up.
You spit on that mic.